nostalgia, memories, growing up in Central Florida in the 1990s. What a bunch of sappy crap. It's the Sappy Crap Podcast, starring Steve Bauman and Jarman Day. Welcome to the Sappy Crap Podcast, where the names are changed, but the stories are real. I'm Jarman.
And I'm Steve. That's right. The stories are real, or at least how our brain has kept the memories. At this point, it's been so long since these things. These are all just stories.
That's right. And we're here to tell stories that only two longtime best friends can.
So join us for an angsty stroll down memory lane as we talk about holiday dinners. Here in the U.S., we are coming to Thanksgiving. And this year, because of COVID, a lot of states are advising people don't travel for the holiday. People don't do big family gatherings.
Right. You might see some memes out there that say if you're going to dinner, you're killing grandma, that kind of thing. Because it's serious. You just stay away from the older people who have, pre-existing conditions and that kind of thing. Because you don't know what you're spreading to them with no symptoms. So keep away. Stay safe.
That's true.
Yeah. Be safe as you can.
So, Jarman, before we get into the main discussion, let's talk about, I think, the most important part about family dinners, the food.
Oh, yes.
For you, for a holiday dinner, whether it be Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those are kind of the big three in my mind.
Right.
What is the one dish that you just have to have?
Oh, well, the big thing. Yeah, big thing in our family, strangely enough, I have a very southern family that I spent most of my life. My dad's family lived in Pennsylvania, but I didn't know them very well. But my mom's family is who I spent most of my childhood growing up with, and they're all from South Georgia. So very a southern gentleman kind of way they speak, and they make the food really slow, and they talk really slow too. And so the big thing they make is potato salad. It's this big thing that's Every I think region has their own kind of potato salad. But I want to ask first, this is an important question. What do you consider potato salad? Like, what goes into potato salad?
So let's see. Potatoes, probably maybe some celery.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of onion. Mayo, a little bit of mustard. Probably maybe some hard-boiled egg.
Right.
In there.
Okay, that's pretty much on par.
That sounds pretty much what it would be.
Yours sounds delicious to me because the thing is,
what is yours?
Well, no, the thing is, my family. I love my family's potato salad because I got so used to it growing up, and it's like a comfort food to me. But the thing is, as I got older, I realized my family's really not into spices so much. And they don't like. Okay. Then my mom hates onions, so there was never onions in there or pickles or celery, anything crunchy. So basically, we had the potatoes, the hard-boiled eggs, the little bit of mustard, the mayo, and it was warm. That's the thing I never found anywhere else. Is that we always
potato salad? Yeah,
ours was always warm, and it was delicious and comforting and filling. So that was the big staple of our family, and we still make it to this day.
I always think of like a cold picnic food.
For potato salad? Yeah, exactly. So growing up, I realized that wasn't the norm, that everyone else had the cold one. And there's different kinds. There's German potato salad with red potatoes, and there's all different kinds. So I love any kind of potato salad, but yeah.
To our British listeners, tell us, do you guys have potato salad, or is this a disgusting American sounding thing?
It could be like a mushy, gross thing to most people.
Some people in America even find it real gross.
That's true. It's like coleslaw. Some people are just like, oh, that's disgusting. Just throw it away.
In a similar vein, for me, the one thing that you can't mess with is mashed potatoes. You can newfangle any other part of the meal, but if I don't have mashed potatoes, it's not going to be a holiday dinner.
Oh, at first I thought you were saying you can't mess up mashed potatoes, because you can definitely do that.
No. I'm saying that's the one thing I just can't do with that.
Gotcha.
Cannot. You can switch out the meat. You can do whatever. If you mess with my mashed potatoes, we're going to have a problem.
That makes a lot of sense. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And on that same note, I would say that where each family member in our family has been known to eventually establish the dish they were going to bring to that family dinner. And whether it's Christmas or Thanksgiving, we all kind of make the same things.
Okay. What's your thing?
My thing over the years, I was never cooked anything, became deviled eggs, because it was kind of like there wasn't really a cooking process to it, except for the boiling of the eggs to make them hard boiled.
Oh.
But it's kind of intricate. You have to take out the stuff, and make sure you get the egg yolk and you mix it with the mustard and the different ingredients and the little paprika on top and make it a little pretty. And so that was always my thing. My sister always did the green bean casserole and the cranberry sauce. My stepdad, Scott, made stuffing. He's from Chicago, so he made this weird stuffing with fruit and nuts and things and bread, and it was just fine, but it just wasn't our Southern palates were just like, what is this? But he would eat it and he liked it. But
is that apricots? Why is that apricots?
And then the last thing, my mom makes wonderful fudge every holiday season. And like, she claims she can't bake or cook, but I think she'd make a wonderful baker because when she makes fudge, it is wonderful. So it's pretty good.
Okay.
Any staples for you or your parents and your family?
So, I mean, this kind of probably breaches me into my first story. And it was starting when we moved to Florida. Christmas Eve dinner was very specific because it was the same thing every year. And every year it was shrimp cocktail and quiche.
What an interesting combination.
And if there's two things in this world that I hate, there's shrimp and quiche.
Oh, no.
So I'm not kidding you. From the age of 10 until probably now, if we went this Christmas, which we aren't because of COVID,
right?
We would, on Christmas Eve, we would have shrimp cocktail and quiche. And every year it goes the exact same way. Things get passed around. I don't serve up. And my mom says, "Are you not eating?" And I go, "I don't really like shrimp or quiche." And she goes, "Oh, I didn't know." Pretty much every year since I was like 10.
It's a tradition now.
I think just in the last couple of years, she's gotten it. Mom, if not, this is just the notice to you since I know you listen. Shrimp and quiche, man, no way.
It's now recorded for posterity forever because I'm going to make sure this podcast lives on into infinitum in any kind of cloud service there is available. So don't forget, Mom.
That's right. Shrimp or quiche. No, thank you.
I love shrimp
every
and
year.
quiche.
And it was the exact same thing. Oh, you don't? Oh.
I want to go to a holiday with you so I can have your helping of shrimp and quiche.
You can have all my shrimp cocktail and quiche. That's something that Anna's family holds over is shrimp cocktail. That's like a big thing out here in California.
I've never heard of that for any holiday dinner in America. That's so strange.
Oh, it's so gross.
I love it, gross. But it's really weird.
I think it might be like a Feast of the Seven Fishes kind of homage, maybe.
Is that a Bible thing?
I don't know. It's a Catholic
well, you
thing,
can't have
sure.
You can't have shellfish from the Bible, so
so just whitefish.
It's a sin.
What about you? Anything you just like avoided like the plague during the holidays?
This is controversial, but I will say right here and right now that I think turkey is the most boring thing on any Thanksgiving menu. And they still do turkey on Christmas a lot too, and it's just I can have the best turkey available. That's just straight up turkey. And it's just boring to me. It's just, I think on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there's a meme going around saying like, I don't like Thanksgiving because, the Pilgrims killed the natives and turkey tastes like napkins, which I was like, yeah, pretty much. Turkey tastes like napkins. I think
turkey is very easy to underdo.
Or overdo.
Yeah.
It's dried out.
I agree. I think I can only remember maybe one or two distinct turkeys. Yeah, we're like, oh, this is different from all the other turkeys I've ever had.
And if you like, maybe infuse it with something, maybe bacon wrapped turkey, or I don't know, like that'd be delicious.
I did a bacon wrapped turkey,
fried turkey would be great. But like, I like sliced turkey. I like ground turkey. I can make lots of cool things out of that. But regular turkey, I get one little slice. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm good. I'll have the rest in my sides, please. Ham is far superior. Far superior.
Oh yeah, a good holiday ham, absolutely.
This make me hungry.
So let's talk about like sort of the inevitable, and I bet you'll have a story somewhere in here. So my brother was agnostic and atheist from a pretty, we'll say, early age. He made it known pretty early. And my mom for a long time really had trouble coming to terms with that.
Understandable.
And in some ways, I bet you she still does. She may not admit it, but I bet you she still does. And I remember there was this thing that was like a family thing for Thanksgiving. And we would pass the prayer. We'd hold hands. We'd pass the prayer. And when it would get to someone, you would you would tell God what you were thankful for. It was like part of the holiday prayer. And I remember my brother and her like fought, like he wasn't going to do it. And they were always at ends about this kind of stuff. And I remember it was like maybe an Easter in Florida. And I was 11 or 12. My brother's 21 or 22. Him and mom had been arguing about it. We get to the thing. They pass the prayer. It gets to him. And he said, you know what I'm really, really thankful for this holiday season? This ass play.
Oh, I forgot about that. I remember that now.
Half of us lost it. Half of us just got real quiet. Mom was so mad, so incredibly mad. But yeah, he was that holiday season. He was most grateful for ass play.
I think your brother really lost his calling as far as being like one of those deadpan comedians, because his timing is always fantastic and he's so witty, and like he would
Him
just
and
like
Mitch Hedberg just were
he's so dry,
but
he
lived in the same thing.
Oh yeah, he's so dry with his delivery that he can just be saying something totally normal and you think he's making a joke, and it just sounds funny because he's like, I don't know, it's a very unique delivery the way he says things.
Him and I mean that's where I get it from.
Yeah, you have a little more of a dynamics to the way you deliver things, which is good. It's like that makes you more better for acting and improv. But he would be like he'd be like the stand-up comedian. You'd be like the improv / sketch comedian. You know.
Ass play.
Oh yeah, ass play. Well, I was an atheist. I think 7th or 8th grade when I figured it out. But I just since then I don't know why, but I just decided I'm just going to go along with prayers. So I'm not going to say anything. I'll hold the hands. I'll bow my head. I'll just, go along with it. But then if they ask me to do the prayer, I'm like, that would be disingenuous of me. I'm not going to do that to you because that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be giving respect to your faith, if I did that. But it's not come up too often. But on that same note, there are, all my family holiday dinners always came with some family drama that was always brewing beneath the surface. It's always because we're not a yelling family. It's always just like, oh, is that the prayer you're going to give, or you're wearing that to dinner? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's always very subtle.
What about that shirt I got you?
Yeah, I thought we were all going to wear the same sweaters. I thought that. Oh, that's fine. No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
No, I'm sure you didn't mean to spill on it. I'm sure it was a mistake.
Did you put onions in there on purpose? You know I don't like onions, right? No, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
On the onion story, that's great. So one of my favorite things growing up was tuna noodle casserole.
Ooh,
just in general.
I like
it was one of my comfort foods. Dad made it. And I asked Hannah, I was like, you should ask my mom for that recipe because I would love to have it. And so she asked, and I said, so my mom's going to tell you there's onions in it. There are not onions in it. Ignore that. And sure enough, when my mom gave her the recipe, there was an onion in it.
How did that get lost in translation?
I don't know, but you can't lie to me. I had it 1,000 times growing up. I know if there were onions in it or not.
Steve, you could make it instead of anime.
That's true.
And you can make it with onions or without onions, whatever you like.
Now we'd have to figure out how to make it in the Instapot.
Ooh, I love my Instapot, man. I use it to make chili the other day. It's a wonder. Yeah. It really is.
We've been doing real good beans and rice.
Oh yeah. I do have to mention one story for as far as Thanksgiving dinners go. And as people who listen to this show regularly might know, my cat Bones recently died about a couple months ago now. And lovely cat, but another cat that I currently have, his name is Scotty. His first appearance was at my parents' house during Thanksgiving. All the family was over. We're at our actual dining room table in the back of the house, and we had these back doors open, and these French doors we had installed. It was a beautiful day, and the sunlight was coming in, and it was breezy, and it was wonderful. And all of a sudden, we're eating dinner, and this cat puts its little paw up on somebody's lap, and what is this? Where did this cat come from? It was just this orange cat. It's like, hi, just putting its hand on her lap, and so this cat, which my mom named Sparky at the time, just kind of walked in, and so she kind of adopted it as an outdoor cat and started feeding it and such. And he came back every day and became the house outdoor cat. And eventually when the hurricanes came, she brought in the cat to the house because she was afraid he was going to get, hurt in the hurricane. And so then she just kept him in the house after a while. And once he became a little too much for her to take care of because she's really allergic to cats and she really likes keeping her house clean, I decided to take him in as my own, and I renamed him Scotty because he's orange and he's like Scotty from Star Trek. That's why I justify it. And so I had Scotty and Bones, and Scotty lives with me now, but he came in during a Thanksgiving dinner at our house just off the street, came in the back French door and was like, hi, I'm here. It was so random. He belongs
storming
to this
into
family.
Your lives, excuse me.
Literally, yes.
Okay, so I think our most recent sort of holiday, not just a drama, but story, it was when we moved to Pittsburgh for about 6 months. Where we were saving up to move to Brooklyn, and we just gotten there. And my mom says, "Hey, since you and Anna aren't working that day, if we prep everything, can you guys finish up dinner and put things in the oven?" And we said, "Sure." Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Sure.
So throughout my entire life, my mom has had a habit of saying, help me with, when really what she means is help me buy.
Different preposition,
Right. Help me with the dishes means I'll wash you dry. Help me by doing dishes means you're doing the dishes. So it's the night before Thanksgiving, and I remember Ann and I are kind of very weary because we realized that my mom and dad weren't prepping anything. And that they're not doing stuff. So I go and ask them if they're going to start. And my mom basically reveals that the prep was them buying stuff and that we are suddenly responsible for Thanksgiving dinner for everybody.
That's the major haul of the work. Yes.
Yes. So we pull recipes from online and everywhere in between. We learn new skills. We did okay. We had some good learns. Like, did you know that you stuff both ends of the turkey?
Oh, I did not know that.
I did not know that either. So we ended up with very little stuffing. But nothing burned and nothing caught on fire. But that was one of those like, oh, okay, surprise holiday meal.
So that was like your first time, like really taking the whole lion's share of the work for Thanksgiving?
That was Ann and I, yeah. Like I think my mom maybe did desserts or pies or something, but I think we did everything else.
And you didn't screw anything up?
Not immensely.
That's great. That's a win.
We got, if I remember correctly, I think we got those kind of like naggy complaints that you were talking about earlier, like the like, oh, so you guys didn't prep the green beans, huh?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, we decided one green was enough. Oh, okay. Like that kind of.
Yeah, so not too bad.
Nothing too bad. No, we didn't burn anything. Nothing caught on fire.
Well, I will say that my family, extended family, it's my mom and 3 sisters of hers. So I have 3 aunts, and then before it was grandparents, and then all the aunts have their significant others, and some of them have kids, and so we usually would meet together at least for Christmas for a big dinner, and it would always cause drama and these fights that would occur after the dinner. They would explode later as the night went on, and so then family wouldn't talk to each other for a month or so, and I'm like, Jesus. And so I was trying to think of ways to avoid this, and I offered the idea up to our family to find a place so we can go for dinner, so no one's cleaning, no one's hosting, and that brings out a lot of the stress of having
that excess pressure
to prep a meal and to do all this stuff. And so I'm pretty sure it was my idea, and they took me up on it, and they booked this big like hotel that's on a golf course. It's some kind of country club type place. And my aunt helped pay for it and stuff like that. And they all chipped in, and we got several rooms, and then they have this big buffet for Christmas. So you go downstairs, we have a big buffet. We all have this wonderful, really good, high quality food. And then I figured that would solve all our problems, because it's not like our problems are rooted within ourselves. It's all about the external situation. But no,
that's when things got real.
More fights still broke out. Drama happened. People went running off to their rooms. My sister's new boyfriend, who's now her husband, he got deathly ill, like some kind of food poisoning. So he had to go to the hospital that night. It was just a mess. And so so there's really you have to solve the problem from within, not from without, is the lesson I learned about that for holiday get-togethers.
And that's the real holiday lesson, everyone.
The trouble was within you all along.
That's right. You always had it. Okay, so I think I've got a wrap-up question.
Sure.
What is the worst thing you have ever eaten at a holiday dinner?
Oh my gosh.
Like that thing that you put a bite in and then you put it in your napkin to be polite.
There's definitely been things. I know that in the past, before we had my sister making green beans, because she does them great, I just always assumed green beans were mushy disgustingness. I didn't realize they could be delicious, snappy wonderfulness. So a little
bit of garlic and some oil and butter.
Yeah, she puts like some the crispy onion things on top too.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. And I'm sorry, Scott, if you ever listen to this, but his stuffing with the fruits and weird stuff in it, I can't. It's just terrible.
The worst thing that I remember, and I wish I could even remember the specific holiday. I think it was Christmas. I remember my grandma, Mama Arlene, was there. And my mom did this weird thing where she did like bourbon infused sweet potatoes.
That sounds like it'd be good.
And then she put them in halves of grapefruit. I think they were grapefruit. They might have been oranges, but I think they were grapefruit that she had halved and was using as bowls, and then like finished them in the oven.
That sounds odd.
But the bourbon did not cook out. Did not. So it just tasted like if you were drinking a glass of bourbon and then taking a bite out of a sweet potato.
That is not a good combination.
It was the grossest thing, but I'm pretty sure that my grandmother got tipsy on them.
Oh,
so that's the important part.
And she's a badass, your grandma.
Yes, my African grandmother.
Yes,
I always term her.
Who listens to my audiobooks now. So thank you very much, Charlene.
Right. At some point, we'll maybe we can talk more in depth about her.
Maybe. Yeah, her just life story should be a movie or something.
She has a book now.
Oh, good. She deserves a book. She should have a book.
Yeah, she's got a book.
Oh, and I will say that. Oh, sorry, you're gonna ask a question. I don't mean to cut you off. There.
No, that was it. That was the worst thing you've ever eaten.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm a little nervous because this is right on the podcast topic. Is that I'm going to, for the first time, with my very serious and wonderful girlfriend, I'm going to her parents' house because they've actually been with us and they've been basically kind of in our bubble because they don't do anything else except see us occasionally, and we keep our masks on while we see them. We don't go. Something I do with my parents actually. When I've seen my parents in the past 6 months, I keep my mask on the whole time I'm with them, and if I'm not having my mask on, I'm 6 feet or more away from them. So we're actually having Thanksgiving with them outside at their house in the backyard this weekend.
Nice.
Or this Thanksgiving. And I'm going to bring my mashed potatoes for the first time to show them I can cook because I've been cooking a lot this past year.
Okay.
That's what quarantine did for me, is learning how to cook.
Do you have a recipe?
I do, and I've done it a few times now with Jolie, and she loves it. It's garlic mashed potatoes with this they're really creamy, not the thick kind.
How do you do the garlic? Tell me.
So I take garlic and I smash it up a little bit, and then I
explain it to me.
Oh yeah, just tell me all about it.
Tell me how you crush it between your fingers.
So I put that in a thing of heavy cream, and there's some spices that go in the heavy cream and the garlic that's smashed up, and it just heats up a little bit for a while on the stove. And then I take the sifter and pour that, and I slowly pour that heavy cream into the potatoes after it's been heated up with the garlic.
Do you roast the garlic?
I don't actually. This recipe didn't call for it, but it still comes out so garlicky.
It's going to develop a lot more of the sugars.
How long would you roast it for?
Just look up. If you look up any it's like 15 to 20 minutes. Tinfoil, olive oil in the oven.
Oh, in the oven, yeah.
Simple. You cut the top off. You drizzle it with oil, and at the end, you literally should be able to smash it out with your hand.
And then I can put that into the cream mixture.
Just a deep, more depth in the flavors.
It might bring it out even more. Yeah, that's a good thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Put a couple of heads of garlic in there. Yeah,
that's my pro tip.
Because garlic's so cheap, folks. Just put it in everything because it's wonderful.
Dude, yeah, and even like we get the big like $5.99 pre-minced tub, and that lasts us for like 4 to 6 months.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, put it in everything.
I even think about getting a tub of it. Does it last that long in the fridge?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, so I have a little container of my onions and garlic.
Mind you, if you're going to roast, don't get a thing.
Right. That's what you want the actual heads of garlic for. Yeah. That'd be great. But
that sounds good.
Yeah,
throw a little bit of half and half in there.
That's exactly. I use the heaviest cream I can find. Yeah, and it's not healthy in the slightest. What was that?
What kind of butter do you use?
I use like the Kelly cream. What's it called? The Irish one.
Just be careful about adding salt and salted butter. It'll get you. It'll sneak up on you.
Oh yeah, I don't add any salt other than the
It'll get you.
Like a tiny bit. I think in the last phase, but other than that, nothing else.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Hopefully they'll like it.
Yeah. The only thing is, bring booze and offer to do dishes, and that's all you need to do to win.
And I'm a dishes fiend, man. I'm good at. That's why I do every dinner thing with the family. Plus, it gets me out of their hair for a while. If they want to have some drama, I'm over there doing dishes, so I don't have to worry about it. So it's kind of nice.
See, for me, my policy is always the trade. If I didn't cook, I need to clean.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
If I cooked half the meal, no,
fair trade.
Like last year, back when we had holiday dinners at Hannah's mom's place, we ended up going up the day before and helping our mom prep everything, and we basically ended up making half the meal. And at the end, everyone kind of sat around, and I was like, "What are you guys doing? You guys didn't make the meal. Maybe it's time for someone to clean up."
How about that, huh? Huh?
And then Anna and I actually ended up cleaning up.
Yeah, see, you got to pay attention to those things. These things we don't make laws about, but they're really official.
It's a social construct.
Yeah, like the Electoral College.
Except for the social construct that makes sense and isn't based on hurting people.
Yes, exactly. Like gerrymandering.
Gosh.
Anyway, there's politics in this podcast.
Yeah, no politics. Maybe we'll do an episode someday, but not now.
Not now.
Not now.
Well, Steve, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
I hope so, too. So you're there for the actual Thanksgiving day?
Yes. My mother is going to visit my wonderful sister in Denver for the week to help her take care of the baby. Yeah. And then I'm going to go just an hour south to go see my girlfriend's family and just for the night for Thanksgiving and be safe and distant, not kill anybody.
This weekend, we are going up to Anna's mom's. We are going to do a pre-Thanksgiving dinner with her because we are skipping out on the real actual big Thanksgiving dinner with the family.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Well, if anything, our county is way worse off than theirs.
Oh, so
if anything, we are the threat to the family at the dinner.
Same here. I'm going to rehearsals but in mass, and also my girlfriend teaches, so she's with kids every day. So we're the threat. So yeah, we're trying to be careful as possible.
So I know, mind you, we'll get crap about it, but they can eat it.
Yeah, and I'm hoping you'll be safe, and you don't want to. Yeah.
No, I mean literally, they can eat dinner without us. I hope they do.
Oh, they'll eat it. Yes, they literally will.
All right, well,
I guess that wraps up this episode of the Sappy Crap Podcast.
Join us next time when we are going to talk about something we don't even know yet. It's going to be exciting, though.
It'll be wonderful. So thanks for joining us down this delightful stumble down memory lane.
And don't forget, the good old days weren't always that good.
That's right.
This podcast was brought to you by A Play on Nerds.
Oh, God, Monster Mash. Okay, so here's a fun story, listeners. Halloween night, Joyce heard Monster Mash for the first time. And since Halloween night, she has listened to Monster Mash on repeat all night for the last 16 days.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Let's see. We're on the 19th. So 19 of the last 20 nights, she has listened to Monster Mash on repeat all night.
And let me guess, you take it away, then she'll start crying?
Well, we let her pick music. It's part of her nighttime routine for her to pick out her music. It's just she has picked it over and over and over and over.
I guess she'll eventually get tired of it.
And she doesn't even want it in a playlist. That's all she wants. Fun fact about the original recording of Monster Mash, the first 40 seconds are sound effects. There's no music in the first 40 seconds of the recording.
That's right.
It's dripping faucets and doors and stuff.
It was a monster. You cursed yourself with that one.
Smash. Did you know that there is a Christmas version of that was recorded by the same guy?
I'm not surprised. Let's put in that paycheck right there.
Bam. He's like, well, I'm only going to get one hit. I might as well capitalize.
You seen Love Actually, the movie?
Years ago.
There's a song in there. He's like, I feel it in my fingers. I feel it. Love is all around me. And so he changes the words because it's a hit song in the movie's universe. And so he's like, we need to make a Christmas hit. He's like, I've got it. Here it is. Christmas is all around me. So he just changes it to Christmas. And that's the whole subplot of the movie. And that's basically what it is. Cash grab.